So it doesn't matter if I'm there or not, right?
You were just afraid they'd abandon you. So you abandoned them. You distanced yourself from the whole thing.
Yo. What is good, everybody? What is good, everybody? It's your man CJ Kyles checking in once again with another episode of the First Heartbeat with CJ Kyles. I am your host, Mr. CJ Kyles, coming at you one more time with another show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to be here tonight with y'all. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you are right here with me. Now, as y'all know, well, maybe you don't know, but for those who do, I really enjoy doing this podcast, right? I truly enjoy doing this podcast. It's a hobby of mine that I look to turn into a lucrative business. But most importantly, the most important thing that I get out of this podcast and doing the Care Plan podcast and doing this podcast is that it's therapeutic. It's therapeutic. It gives me the opportunity because, I don't see a therapist, and I'm not really the one to talk to a lot of people about, the things that I may be going through. But I will say that I really enjoy doing this podcast because I do find it very therapeutic to do. So I really wanted to get into today's subject. I want to talk about how you can't save everybody. You cannot save everybody, not even family sometimes. I just want to get into that tonight. But before we do, let me just give a shout out to all the people out there that's rocking with me. Let me give a shout out to y'all. Hello, how are you? And really, I'm just going to be talking. Just talking. Nothing crazy. But I wanted to come to y'all this evening because I don't know how many of you guys are the oldest in your family. But I'm the oldest. It's only two of us. It's me, and I have a younger brother. And my brother and I were 8 years apart. So, when you have boys, and I would like to think that a lot of firstborn boys are like this, especially if they come from good homes. Your parents, they take care of you. You protect, or not protect, but they protect you and they provide for you and everything like that. And as they get older, it's your turn to take care of them. As a firstborn, you protect your siblings and everything like that. And you try your best to be an example of what to be. Now, granted, you have to take everything in stride, right? And I don't know about everybody else. I can only speak for myself. You see, I've always been the type to, if I care about the person, whether it be, a family member or a friend or whoever the case may be, a confidant, whatever. I've always been the type that if I cared about the person, then I take on their issues to a certain degree, right? And as I've gotten older, I'm slowly learning how to get myself out of that. Slowly learning how to get myself out of that. Because when it comes down to it, you cannot save everybody. You may want to, but you just can't. Nor should you. Because trying to save people that don't want to be saved is detrimental to your health. It's detrimental to your health. Boys and girls, I'm here to tell you. I am here to tell you that you should not go out of your way to try to save everybody. Because some people just simply don't want to be saved. If you continue to offer a handout to people that don't want the hand, then at the end of the day, what are you really doing? What are you really doing? I've always been the guy that wants the best out of life. The luxurious things, the trips, the vacation. I've always been that guy. So I think with me wanting those things, with me wanting that particular lifestyle, knowing where I come from, that I was not rich growing up and everything like that. I think subconsciously, because I wanted the finer things in life, I wanted all my people around me to have the finer things in life, especially the people that that I'm close to and that I grew up with. So with that being said, you work hard. You work hard to get those things, right? You work hard to attain certain statuses, and you work hard to get to a certain level in life. And sometimes the people that you started with may not be the people that you finish with. And yes, that can mean your family as well. Just because, and this is not, now this part I'm talking about, it has nothing to do with me personally. I'm just giving y'all general examples. But just because a person is your family does not mean that being around them is the best outcome for yourself. And I'll give you an example. Let's say you're a person who's trying to start a business, right? And within that business, you let your family know, you let your friends know, and you let your peers know. I took off the glasses. I wanted to get serious for a minute. You let your friends know, you let your peers know, and say, hey, you know what? I'm starting a business. I really feel like this is going to be successful. Let me help you. Let me try to pull you up, blasey, splee. And sometimes you may get the response of, okay, cool, let's try it. But I think for a lot of people, majority of the time, when you reach out to certain people in your circle, and even some family members, they begin to look at you funny sometimes. Because to be average is normal now. To be average is normal. To be above average, it's a very rare thing. And when you put that off on somebody, when you put some of your goals off on other people, Like I said in the last broadcast, sometimes that's unfair, ladies and gentlemen, because that person or those people may not have the same goals or drive that you have. It's just sometimes it's not fair. So since they don't have the same type of goals or drive or whatever the case may be, they may try to clown you. Now, again, this has not happened to me. I'm just using this as an example. Sometimes they may try to clown you and say, well, you know what? Why are you doing that? Or why are you doing this? Don't you think you should be doing that right over there, or doing this here, or doing what we should do? That's average. Doing what the average person should do. Oh, you want to go do this? Oh boy, that takes work. That takes work. Oh, you wanna do this every month? Oh, that takes work. I don't know about that. It's average. And I think a lot of people are okay with being average. And this is why you cannot save everyone. Not even your family. Because at the end of the day, sometimes we're all adults, and I've been guilty of putting my own dreams and goals off on other people. That is a flaw of mine. I can acknowledge that. I feel like that sometimes, well, just because I'm related to you or we cool, that you should be in the same position as me. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, no one deserves anything. Things are not just handed to you. It doesn't work that way. Life does not work that way and never has worked that way. Things are not just handed to you. It takes work. It takes work.
They say humans are social animals.
It is what it is. It takes work.
You can live pretty well by yourself.
But that's something that everybody doesn't like to acknowledge. That's something everybody doesn't like to acknowledge. And it is what it is. Now, I'll put this out there for another example. You grow up with somebody and y'all move in different directions, right? And you try to take them with you to stop them from doing certain things that you know isn't the best move. But that person chooses to go the opposite way. You need to back off. You need to back off. You cannot tell grown people what to do. And that's something that, like I said, that I'm learning all the time. Because I've always been a proponent of me thinking, and maybe this is a bad thing because I don't have all the answers, nor is my life perfect. But I like to think that I am a walking example of what somebody that's in the middle of the progression looks like. I will say that. My life isn't perfect, but my life is great. But I have to check myself because sometimes I'm like, okay, well, who are you to say that this is right for this person? You dig what I'm saying? You may stick a hand out and try to help somebody, but you low-key may be offending them because that person is not you. I'm not you. You're not me. And that's just it sometimes. Like, who are you to volunteer your hand and help to a person who simply may not want it? That is something that I really had to learn how to stop doing. You cannot help people that don't want the help because you come off as annoying. You come off as annoying. Someone who is someone who comes off as someone who knows it all or whatever. And if they just simply don't align with your plan, it is your duty and your obligation to yourself to separate yourselves from those people who do not align with you. I've reached out to several people in attempts to try to build relationships and, try to mend old wounds and things like that. I've done it several times, and they were not successful, and that's okay. Because sometimes you can't want better for a person if they don't want better for themselves. You can't want better than they want for themselves. And what I'm not going to do is spend my precious energy or time wanting better for anybody who does not want better for themselves. I don't want to align with people who does not have the same type of common goals as me. I would rather be by myself. I'd rather be by myself. It's not worth it. I swear to God, it's not worth it. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you have to sit back and look at certain situations. Dr. Jordan Peterson, I'm going to actually play a video from him. And I actually shared it on my Facebook today because I needed it. Because I'm always trying to put the damn S on my chest. No, I can't do that. It's not practical. It's not practical. That is dangerous to yourself. I can't put the S on my chest. I won't do it. I'm done trying to save people that don't want to be saved. It's a wrap on that.
They say humans are social animals.
You have to let people live in their truth and do what they feel is necessary. But let me share this video with you all. And it's by the wise Dr. Jordan Peterson. I really respect Dr. Peterson. He is very wise. And I think he's misunderstood by a lot of people, but I think some people get him. So let me just get the screen share popping. And, I'm going to be talking over it, giving you my commentary of the things that stick out. And I may also use someone else's video that really hit home for me. And like I said, if it's an issue with me using a video, I'll take it down respectfully because I did not ask for permission first, and I should have. But it's like the spur of the moment situation. But let me share this with y'all real quick. Okay. All right. I think this is a very dope video, and I'm going to share it with y'all. And, as he goes, I'll be giving my commentary in between. So let me cut off this music. Cut that off. And let me let you hear Dr. Jordan Peterson spit.
The question to some degree is,
Hold on, let me turn this up.
how do you help someone that's lost? The question to some degree is, how do you help someone that's lost? And the answer to that is, if they aren't willing to not be lost, you cannot help them. And I would also say that as a clinician. You see, it's a statement that's informed, I would say, by my mythological knowledge, but also by straight clinical wisdom, not mine particularly. One of the things that Carl Rogers pointed out was that there were necessary preconditions for entering into a therapeutic relationship. And that would be really any relationship where the mutual flourishing of the two people involved was the paramount goal. Was that both people had to want that to happen. And Rogers believed he didn't know how to get the horse to drink once you had brought it to the water. And I've thought about that a lot, because when people are really lost, sometimes they're so lost that they can't be found. And I think the only thing that you can...
That's real talk right there. I wanted to pause it right there. Some people can be so lost that they can't be found. But at the same time, I would ask myself, well, who am I to say that that person's lost? Now, in a general sense, you may be like, yeah, this person is lost. I really want to help them because I don't want to see them go down the wrong path. This person is lost. This is not right. This person may know better. You dig what I'm saying? But sometimes a person can be so lost that it may be intentional. They don't want to be found. You cannot help the people that don't want to be helped.
You can do in a situation like that is get your life together
Mm-hmm.
and manifest the reality of an alternative mode of being. That's what you've got.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Everything that you don't like in a person, that whatever that person may be doing that you feel is lost or you're trying to help, and they're just not simply receiving the help or the advice or whatever you're trying to give, that's a fact. You be the manifestation of everything that you see as positive in your life. Be the manifestation of being the best version of yourself. That's a fact. That's a whole fact. Dr. Peterson spitting right there. He definitely spitting on that one.
And so that's the only way I know of to solve an intractable problem. Don't cast pearls before swine. And what that means is, if you're trying to help and it doesn't work, then stop helping. It's not helping. Right? It may be just wasting your time. It might be making things worse. You know, if you're offering something and it's not taken, then perhaps you should be offering it somewhere else.
Wow.
And sometimes if you offer a hand and the person won't take it, you have to stop offering the hand.
Wow.
And then what you do is you go off and you have your life. And sometimes that means in people's lives, for example, that they have to leave their family members behind. Sometimes
that ain't, man, let me stop it right there. And see, that be the hardest thing sometimes, because it's not easy to do that. It's not easy, especially if you love and care about, you know, your loved ones. It's not easy to just let it be, to wash your hands of certain things. It's not easy to do so, but it's necessary. The best thing you can do is pray for that person and love them from a distance. And if they ever do really need the guidance and they come seeking the guidance and they come looking to you for the guidance, then be that guidance if they don't play with your time. Because at the end of the day, you are valuable. You are valuable. You are the valuable one. You are on the grind. And you have to realize that you cannot save everybody. You just can't. Just can't.
Sometimes the thing you do is walk away because there's no other solution. And if you are trapped in pathological relationships and you see no way out of them, if someone who is sinking has their hands around your neck and is pulling you down, you're not obligated to drown with them.
Wow.
You know, there's a rule too, if you're a lifeguard, you know, some of you have.
You are not obligated to drown with them. That's heavy. You are not obligated to drown with them. If you offering your hand out and a person is drowning and you trying to save them and they just simply don't, they doing too much, not listening or whatever the case may be, to the point where they can't be saved. It's one thing to drown, but you are not taking me with you. You're not taking me with you. It is one thing to drown. It is one thing to lose, to be lost, to choose not to do better, to live life below your potential. It's one thing to do that, but it's another thing to take me with you, because I'm too busy worrying about the best for you. Now shout out to the parents. Shout out to the parents of the world, because I know this has to be a constant worry, wanting the best for your kids, wanting your kids not to go down the wrong road. What? I'm sure that is a very stressful thing as a parent. What? I'm sure that's stressful as a parent. Now we're always worrying about what's going to happen to your kid. Did I do a good job raising them? This and that. Like, that has to be an extremely stressful job being a parent. That's probably why I don't want to do it, to be honest with you, because it's too much stress. But I guess at the end of the day, parents have to realize that, hey, my kids are grown. There's nothing I can do about it. I've raised them the best that I could. I've showed them the difference between right and wrong. And the only thing I can do is send them out to the world, pray for them, and hope for the best. That's how I think most parents probably think, but I don't know. I'm not a parent. So I can't really say on that. But here we go.
Have had lifeguard training. How do you approach someone who's drowning and panicking in the water? Feet out, right, like this. It's like, I'll save you, but that doesn't mean you get to drown me while I'm doing it. And if it's you drown or both of us drown, it's you drown.
Oh,
And that's wisdom.
it's a fact. It's a whole fact, ladies and gentlemen. It's a whole fact. I'm not going to stress myself out. I'm not going to continue to worry. I'm not going to be like, oh, will this person accept me if I just stop caring? None of that. Like, that's a wrap. If you are not aligned with my program, if you are not aligned with being the best version of yourself, if you are not aligned with being with doing self-improvement, if you are not aligned with winning in life, if you are not aligned with wanting the best out of life, I have nothing for you. Nothing. I will walk alone and I will talk into this microphone with nobody watching. I have nothing for you. Because the people that you have in your life matters. And sometimes it's not always your family. I'll keep it real with you. Like my father's side of the family, I'm not close with them. I'm just not. For whatever reason, I'm not close with them. I've tried, but I'm just not. It's not what it is. And it's nothing bad. I have no ill will towards them. I got love for them. I hope they are all successful. But if we never get close, it will not bother me. It doesn't bother me in the least bit. And again, I care about them all. I don't want to see anything bad happen to them. But I'm washing my hands of trying to build relationships that just don't want to be built. I've worried about that for too long. And that goes for anybody, family. I don't care who it is. I'm not going to continue to build relationships and try to reach out to people that just don't want to be reached out to or can't put in the same amount of work. I am very much so in support of the concept of eye for an eye. What you do for me is what I'll do for you. And what I do for you is what you should do for me. Point blank, period. I'm not with the whole, one person doing so much than the other person not putting in work. No, absolutely not. I know my worth. I know what I'm going to put in. I know what I'm going to be, Lord willing. So, again, until you are willing to be the best version of yourself by yourself, until you are willing to take that opportunity to walk alone, I'm sure that is very, hold on. That is a very stressful thing as a parent. Hold on. What's going on? What? I'm sure that's stressful as a parent. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. But like I was saying, let me turn my music back on. Turn my music. But yeah, so all that, we got the same decisions in a day. We all make decisions in a day. We have the same 24 hours in a day. And I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. I've made plenty of mistakes in my life. I've done my fair share of wrong in life. And the best thing that I could have done was learn from my mistakes and the wrong that I've done. And that's just what it is. This is where I'm at, and this is where I want to be. If you are just constantly going through life like this, I love you. I got respect for you. But all that trying to reach out just to reach, no, that's done. That's over with. I'm washing my hands of it because I realize that I can't save everyone, and I don't want to save everybody. I don't want to. That's a tough job. I could never be Superman. I could never be a superhero. Can you imagine the stress? And I know this is hypothetical. I know superheroes are not real in the sense of, Superman, Batman, all that mess. But just for a second, if you'll just rock with me, can you imagine the stress of being Superman? Can you imagine that? Being Superman. I'm like, the whole world depend on you? The whole world. And if you let one person slip through the cracks, then it's all on you. Imagine kind of pressure that is. I'm surprised Superman don't just off the whole planet. Or just say F being Superman. I was watching the show actually the other day, and it's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Dude is just trying to balance his family and being Superman. F that. I'm not obligated to save anybody. You rock out for the people that's in your circle. Only people I'm obligated to are the people that are in my circle, that are loyal, that rock with me. I'm not obligated to save anybody. I am sorry. Messed up things happen to good people every single day. I cannot imagine walking around with an S on my chest, even though I try to. But being Superman, that would be having all the powers and everything like that. That would be cool. But that's a crappy deal when you really think about it. The whole world relying on you. And if one person dies, you are a villain. F that. F that. Because as soon as you do something that people don't like, they crap on you anyway. I will be a horrible superhero. So I don't know. That's just me. But ladies and gentlemen, that has been this episode of The First Heartbeat with CJ Kyle. A real short show. I just really want to come on here and talk for a little bit. Do my little therapy session, because I do call this therapy. It is very therapeutic. And, hopefully you got some value out of this. I invite you to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the new content. And until next time, boys and girls, I bid you adieu. Peace.